Good afternoon to all. First of all, I would like to thank each one of you for joining the celebration event of National Librarians Day 2021. I feel great proud to say that this event has been organized by our department since last 4 years and has chronicled huge success each year. The department organizes such events to enlighten the young minds on life and works of Dr. S. R. Ranganathan. I bid a warm welcome to our renowned speaker, faculties, research scholars, and students who took out their valuable time and joined us today to be a part of National Librarians Day. We are honored to have you all with us. I would also like to offer my regards to all the persons who made this event functional in such hard times. Last year, the theme of the event was What is Living and What is Dead of Ranganathan's contributions, which hugely helped the students in inducing a thought on Ranganathan's work. This year, the theme is Indian Librarianship after Dr. S. R. Ranganathan, a bird's eye view, which will help students to understand the difference in librarianship after Ranganathan. Even though this event is one of the marker of the success of our department, it also allows us to meet some of the brilliant minds of the country who become the speaker for this occasion. Department of Library and Information Science at Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, started functioning July 2017 with three programs, 2 years integrated MLBSc program, MPhil program, and PhD program. The department is having full-fledged, well-experienced 6 faculty members with CBCS curriculum and state-of-the-art facilities at department. The department is fully equipped with all infrastructural facilities such as computer lab, internet facility through LAN and Wi-Fi, classrooms with LCD projectors, tools for classification, cataloging, and comprehensive collection of text, reference books, and periodicals in department library. Department has its own newsletter, Bibliophile, published in printed form twice in the year. Besides this, department is disseminating its news of events and achievements through a blog, DLIS CUTN News. Department is regularly organizing various events for the benefit of library professionals and students. Recently, department is running two distinct lecture series, Anvesham for research scholars and Gyan Prava for all LIS students of the department, and conducting online UGC net coaching for students of the department. Many students of the department have been placed in different parts of India as college librarian, assistant librarian, school librarian, and library training, etc. With all those words, I am extremely delighted to pronounce our guest and speaker for the National Librarians Day 2021, who is none other than Professor Dr. Ramesh Chandra Gaur, Dean Academics and Head Kala Division of Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, New Delhi. I also welcome all the professionals who have joined us today. Thank you very much. Happy Librarian Days. Happy Librarians Day to everyone. Now I would like to request Professor S. Ravi, a senior faculty in the department, to say a few words on Ranganathan and introduce our speaker to all. Thanks once again.
Thank you, Dr. Shukla, for the uh, nice introduction of the department as well as a brief outline of the guest speaker. As far as the 129th birthday celebration of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, and it is because of Ranganathan, the library and the library science are grown up to this level. His contributions are immense. Even now, all are relevant and universally accepted. His five laws of library science and the prolegomena, the theory propounded by Ranganathan, even now sounds good. Prolegomena to library classification, the analytico-synthetic classification devised by Ranganathan in the name of colon classification, that was marvelous. Likewise, he devised his own scheme of classification, cataloging, that is classified catalog code, because when he had been to United Kingdom, he studied the various prevailing systems of classification and cataloging. DDC and AACR were very popular at the time. He made a in-depth study, and since they have some discrepancies, and as well as the cataloging rules are not applicable to our Indic names as well as to our epics. he made significant contributions. And even now, people are fond of Ranganathan, originally a mathematician turned library professional. Initially, he started his career as a professor of mathematics, and fortunately, he turned to this career. He was appointed as the university librarian of the Madras University, wherein it was a surprise. He himself stated that I had never dreamt in my life that I would have ever become a librarian, nor had I used a library either in my school days or college days, for the simple reason that there was no teacher ever mentioned any book other than the prescribed textbook. Somehow he took it as a challenge. Initially, he did not enjoy the profession. In fact, he was back to his presidency college and wanted to go back to his field of mathematics, but he was advised by the then principal Professor Duncan to go to UK and have training in librarianship. Later on, come back. If you feel bored, then I will certainly take you back. With that condition, Ranganathan accepted, and once he went to UK and got training under Berwick C. W.C. Berwick Sayers, he was so fascinated, and never he come back, did want to come back to mathematics profession. Anyhow, our guest speaker is there. We want to hear more from him with all his rich experience. Uh, at this juncture, I extend Happy Librarians Day to one and all, and I am so pleased to be amidst you on this 129th birthday celebration of Ranganathan called Librarians Day. And I would like to introduce our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Ramesh C. Gaur, Dean, Director, Library and Information Science, and Head Kalanidhi Division of Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, New Delhi, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Professor Gaur is one of the senior most faculty as well as highly placed officials in his office, and also officiates for member secretary whenever he is on tour or on leave. As a dean, he is responsible for management and smooth running of various academic programs, including 7 PG diploma courses and 5 short-term certificate courses in various disciplines comes under the center. During the period from 2011 to 2018, he was the university librarian, senior professor grade at popularly known as JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. And he was also had the assignments at Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, CRRI CSIR, RIS New Delhi, Management Development Institute, and IMT Ghaziabad. He too was a prestigious member of the University Grants Commission MHRD committee for drafting of UGC promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher educational institutions regulation 2018. He conducted and delivered over 100 workshop invited talks on plagiarism and its detection and avoidance. Professor Gaur has significantly contributed in digitization, digital archiving of Indian cultural heritage, promoting open access, particularly electronic theses and dissertations, prevention of Indian languages through language documentation and digital archiving, research data management and research methodology, awareness about preservation of access to documentary heritage, particularly through UNESCO Memory of the World program, intangibles, cultural heritage, archival and information science, etc. Professor Gaur has visited over 24 countries: USA, UK, France, Russia, Australia, Germany, China, Japan, Thailand, Indonesia, Cambodia, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Iran, South Korea, Bhutan, UAE, Panama, Portugal, Netherlands in relation to various assignments related to digital library and allied areas in the field. He has widely traveled in India in relation to various professional meetings and professional accomplishments. There are various awards and honors showered upon him. Famous were Ayaslik S.M. Ganguly Best Librarian Award for the year 2007, Satkal Young Librarian Award for the year 2009, Indian Library Leaders Award for Professional Excellence 2013 by Satija Research Foundation for Library and Information Science India, then Professional Excellence Award 2015 by ADR Publications, honored with the RSC India Librarians Choice Award for Dynamic Librarian by Royal Society of Chemistry 2017, received 8th NCPEDP Mephasis Universal Design Awards 2017 for innovative services to persons with disabilities, Turnitin Global Innovation Awards 2017, honored with India CSR Dr. Belaga Memorial Awards for Innovative Library Services Leadership for the year 2019, the most fabulous global management knowledge management leader 2020 award at Global Knowledge Management Congress and Awards. Like that, enormous, we have to conduct a separate webinar to deliberate about the contributions and his dedicated services rendered not only in India as well as countries abroad. Even then, some of them, we have which are very inspiring and motivating, but due to fall short of time, let me once again, on behalf of all of us, amidst so much of tight schedules, one after the other, even he said that he is barely managing two programs at a time. That is double act in movie. Like that, he is doing a lot of marvelous jobs by using his soft skills, ICT skills. We are very much grateful, thankful to you, sir, for sparing your valuable time to share your thoughts on this auspicious occasion of 129th birthday celebration of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan by a newly infant baby, the Department of Library and Information Science, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvarur. Your blessings will make us motivate, and so that it will give us a proper roadmap to reach the ever-reaching summits. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Professor Ravi, for a very kind and generous introduction. Indeed, a great honor to be with all of you. Thanks, Dr. Kanand Sukla and entire Department of Library Information Science, Central University of Tamil Nadu, for inviting me to speak. As you know, today there are several events, and I was having several invitations to speak, and I was hesitating in accepting it. But when Dr. Shukla called me, I was not able to say no. And the main reason was that I'm going to speak to the audience and the participant in a university where it's a birth state of father of library science, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. So it's indeed a great honor to speak to all of you, and be all whatever we are. It is credit goes to our father of library science. Professor Ravi has already made my job easier by giving some background, and he has already given you the idea that Dr. Ranganathan was a librarian by chance till he visited Britain and attended the training program. But once he attended the training program and having exposure to the libraries in UK, because Professor Ravi mentioned the name of Warwickshire, he was responsible for taking him to the various libraries in UK, and the kind of exposure he has, and that opened up his eye. And I think then he realized that he has born for this profession only, because many times we don't realize that what profession we are choosing. We may be choosing by chance, but sometimes we really choose a right profession. Like I don't have any uh, hesitation in accepting it that I did my computer science and chemistry honors and also did library science, and I was having opportunity to be a computer professional, a person in chemistry field and also in library science. But the destiny took me to the library science. After that, I have several opportunities. I could have switched over the profession, but I realized and I found that yes, this is the profession where I've been born to work, and I feel I'm proud to be a librarian because whatever I am today, it is because of libraries and librarianship. So that was the first thing which Ranganathan taught us, give us that feel proud being a librarian. The second important thing which Ranganathan taught us in his entire career as a librarian, library science teacher, that you have to be a multifaceted personality. You have to think in totality. You cannot be focused on one area only. You have to look around and you have to see the surroundings, whatever is happening around you and whatever your profession demands. You have to do that. Give you an example. After coming back from UK and when he started working as a university librarian of Madras University, the first thing he did after settling down is he realized that united we stands, divide we fall. And he realized the importance of a group of librarians and he established this Madras Library Association because he knows that it is not him. He has to take entire professional along with. And the second priority area he identifies the library science education. That time there was no much library science education, and there was some few example like in Baroda in 1911, there was some British library to conduct some small training program and also to submit a state development library development plan. Similarly, Punjab University in Lahore campus that time also started some programs. So hardly there was any well-established course. He started PG diploma course in Madras Library Association and later which was become a course of Madras University as a master course. So second area he focused on library science education. Then third area he focused was how to really have the kind of standards and guidelines and also classification code and classification scheme and cataloging code. Because as Professor Ravi mentioned, he realized that there are many things. India is a specific or a special country, and there are many things in terms of Indic names and also various kind of variations. There are certain things he found are not covered in DB decimal classification or AACR2. So he decided to come out with colon classification and his classify catalog code. Because as a librarian, he feels that my own country should have a uh, indigenously designed cataloging scheme of classification and code. And then further he moved that it is not enough. We all are sometimes influenced by the regionalism. He was the true nationalist. I am a great admirer of his nationalism. He thought of entire country, not just of a particular city or particular state. His area of activity we know become entire India. And he was not in good term with the vice chancellor of Madras University. He took the voluntary retirement in 1944. And then he got an invitation from Banaras Hindu University in Varanasi, and he joined. His next journey was Delhi University, where he was invited as advisor, and he opened up the Department of Library Science there. He didn't stop here. His continuous zeal for innovative library science education continued as advisor in Indian INSDOC, which is NISCARE now, the associate course in library information science, and later when he was appointed as honorary professor in DRTC, he did the same thing by opening one of the best research library science center in the country, and associative course was also started there. So he was continuously uh, innovating with new ideas to have the best library education, library science education in this country. Undoubtedly, he became national hero. He also did a wonderful work by by convincing the government, the authorities, the UGC, and other national bodies in creating various kind of opportunities and avenues for the libraries and librarians. The various kind of subject libraries, it may be National Science Library in INSDOC, Social Science Documentation Centers, Defense Documentation Center, National Medical Library, or various other subject and subject specific. That was the the great contribution of a man. He may be somewhere directly involved, somewhere he was indirectly involved. So, and then having positions, uh, the good thing for us was that the position of librarian of Madras University was created on the basis of UK system. So in UK system, the librarian was in professor scale, and that is the reason Ranganathan was attracted to apply for university librarian position, because the lecture he was a lecturer and lecturer grade was less than professor grade of librarian scale. So he is able to have that kind of position in entire university system. He is able to have the position of scientist in his doc or in all CSIR labs, or he is able to get number of avenues and opportunities for the libraries. So that was the golden era of Indian librarianship till he was alive. Now, the theme which I'm going to speak is Indian librarianship after Ranganathan. So before talking further, let me give you the current state of Indian librarianship. I just forget one thing, that he later established Indian National Library, that's the Indian Library Association, ILA, and that was his vision to bring the entire profession together, national, all national libraries and library institutions. So all these institutions he established, all the work he did. What is the state of that work? Let's review it first. Start with the Indian Library Association. I need not to talk about it. Everybody knows that it is not truly representing the interest of the Indian librarians right now. It has become a association with the in the control of some selected people, and hardly focusing on important area, and it has lost voice, and that is the most unfortunate in this country, because no country can survive without uh, a National Library Association. Indian Library Association is most important for us. Then take it, go to the next level and talk about the various kind of subject libraries. It may be National Science Library, it may be National Science Documentation, or National Medical Library, or so many national libraries. What is happening in these libraries? Slowly, most of the positions in these libraries are downgraded, or it has gone to some professionals who are not part of the libraries. Uh, just give you an example, in National Medical Library of India, there was a sanction strength was 135, and hardly now 10 to 15 people are working in this entire National Medical Library, National Science Library, or National Science Documentation Center, or DSHID. All these subject national libraries are having the same situation. Now let's move to institutions like CSI labs. In CSI lab, I have worked there. I still remember and know that when I was in CSIR, CRRI, the position of librarians were equivalent to the scientist. Scientist B, scientist C, scientist D, a librarian, head of the library can go up to the scientist H. Now what happened? That those positions have been downgraded to technical officer. If you talk about all such library institutions, INSDOC associative course has been discontinued. So kind of like most of the things Ranganathan started or instituted or founded, either being downgraded or are being in a very critical situation. Besides, India, not just India, but the entire world is facing a technological revolution. Internet and other technologies have given a lot of challenges to libraries, and because of that, now people have start talking like everything is available on internet. What is the need of the library? I think we need to understand that uh, technology has on place. Technology is being implemented in each and every aspect of business. In every business, there is a use of technology. But are these businesses are so drastically affected the way libraries have been affected? I think there's something wrong on part of the leaders, the library professionals. We have lost somewhere the ground, and we have not done some enough to convince the people that what is the current role of libraries and librarians. So definitely, although there is some very good work done by the libraries and librarians in during this particular period. So when I'm talking about after Ranganathan, Indian librarianship, everything is not so bad. I'm just giving you the first time giving you some the negative side or some downfalls. But definitely, I would like to highlight some of the positive work and some of the good work done by the current generation of librarians. But why it has happened? First of all, I think we should understand and we should believe that Ranganathan will never came back. He will not come back. Not Gandhi has come back, or any great Tagore or Subramaniam Bharati, or any the top leader or top uh, uh, scientist. We should not compare, and we should not expect that we need a person of that stature to lead us. The unfortunate part in our country is that the generation after Ranganathan, I think this is Ranganathan was such a great man. There is undoubtedly he was the truly sorry, there was some interruption in the internet. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So he was truly a multifaceted personality, a dynamic leader, but nobody is perfect in this world. I think there is one area which he didn't do much. That was developing second generation of leaders. Because after him, whatever library leadership I have seen, many of them uh, even they were not giving respect to Ramanathan, or they were not recognizing his contributions to them, or there were very few. So that second level of leadership, library leadership, because when you have a person like Ranganathan and suddenly you move to the uh, you have to learn without him suddenly, because you were fully protected. Ranganathan was taking care of each and every aspect of Indian librarianship till 1972. It may be talking to the government or taking issues with the UGC or leadership or any kind of. So everything was going so smooth and so well. And suddenly, after his departure, I think the second leadership, second generation of leadership was somewhere either confused, or they were not able to understand that how to manage the change, which is started at the same time in 18 when 80s, when the computer revolution came, and we start computerizing, and in 90s when the international revolution came. I think somewhere during that period we were lacking that kind of leadership. So somewhere I think there need to be a full-fledged plan, because I strongly believe that every organization, every institution, every profession has to develop the kind of leadership. Another reason was that whatever leadership was there, good or bad, others were not recognizing them as a leader, which is still continuing. It's still in the same momentum we are, that we don't know how to recognize our leaders. We don't want to accept anybody as our leaders. Everybody wants to be a leader. We need a strong National Library Association, but we have hundreds of library associations. Some individuals are running, some state level or some regional level. So what is happening? I think somewhere we lost that strong leadership, and also the people are not able to understand, or they're not able to decide who to accept our leader. And a profession without leadership is always a profession which is there is no taker. And I think after that we have seen the downfall, that uh, even like in various government bodies. Take example of Good Offices Committee. The government withdraw his nominee, and now that has become a very uh, it's a non-existent body. We never have a national library policy. We have not enacted Books and Delivery Act, which was enacted in 1954. It has not been revised. It has no new act has, although the things have changed drastically. The libraries, media has changed, technology has changed, everything has been changed, but our law, Books and Delivery Act, is the same of that of 1954. Uh, many we never have a national library information policy. When we have some good opportunity like National Knowledge Commission, we fail to utilize that opportunity. There was a recommendation to have a library commission, and then later uh, that all libraries should be managed by under that commission. There's a excellent plan, but and even the government of India allocated 1200 crore in 2007 and for this plan, but somewhere we librarians failed. Leadership failed. Our association failed in getting that 1200 crore utilized for the benefit of the libraries. And this is solely because nobody was accepting anybody as a leader. There was infighting, and this is a kind of like situation we still going on. And that is the real sad story of this particular profession after Ranganath. That's the reason we don't have dearth of intelligent professional. We don't have dearth of intelligent uh, library science teachers or library professional, that we are divided. We are not accepting others as a leader. Everybody wants to be a leader. And somewhere I think that is damaging profession a lot. So after Ranganathan, what we could have done, the most important thing is that our voice should be known to the people. When we are talking about various library matters, we should have asked for a particular department to look after the libraries. Now libraries are scattered in different ministries, in Ministry of Education, in Ministry of Culture, in Science and Technology, and other several ministries. There is no single decision making. The another story started when we have this internet revolution. We start discussing a lot about computers and computerization and digitization. But I think somewhere we consider it as a threat. Internet revolution was not taken as an opportunity. It was considered as a threat. And because of that, I think we wasted a lot of time in creating good library catalogs and adopting various kind of tools and technologies. And every time we look for opportunity from somewhere else, instead of creating opportunity ourselves, uh, I think whenever we talk about need of training or some kind of understanding, so after Ranganathan, whatever librarianship is today, at least Ranganathan may not be happy with this kind of situation. If he is alive, he must have done something to resolve these issues. But as I mentioned in my talk, he will, or nobody has come back. So we have to learn without great people. We have to understand that within our community, among ourselves, there are a lot of people who can take the responsibility of a leadership. We have to learn how to respect. I can give you plenty of names who have innovative ideas, who have done very good work in this regard. Like give you a few names. Dr. A.R.D. Prasad, Professor A.R.D. Prasad, when he was in DRTC, from very young age, he started implementing various kind of digital open source digital library software. And I think whatever India uh, has done in terms of creating digital repository, credit goes to Professor A.R.D. Prasad. Don't you think he is a leader? He deserves respect. So one more name from your south, like Professor Salini Ursh, I know. She was the first person to initiate the idea of having electronic thesis repository, Vidyanidhi or something. I don't remember the name. And she tried her best. There are plenty of name. It may be current generation or the those generation which has retired or some have more. We have plenty of names. When you talk about in North, like Dr. Jagdish Arora, he when he was the director of InfluMnet, he initiated along with the library work, he initiated idea of national framing ranking framework (NRF), which is now has become a reality. And that was his innovative and creative contributions. I represent at least 20 committees internationally which no librarian of this country has never represented. Even no Indian has represented. There are at least 10 committee, international committee, even no Indian has represented. Wherever I have worked, I have transformed the libraries. I've been always eager to contribute more and duly as a currently I'm in a position which is almost equivalent to the vice chancellor uh, in terms of salary. Uh, there are so many. There librarians have become vice chancellor. There are a number of people who are pro vice chancellor. There are a number of there is a there is a I may not be able to recall the names, but I can guarantee that hundred of good people who can be the good leaders. And still in young generation, I see today we have a program where we recognize the work of some young librarian. Whenever I go for interview, I found so many young dynamic librarians. They have very innovative ideas. They have very creative thought process. They know technology well. There is no dearth of such people. Only thing is that somewhere they need opportunity. Somewhere they need platform to showcase their talent, their ideas. So what is the most important problem current generation of librarianship or current librarianship we have in India is that we are divided. We are not understanding importance of having a voice at is a particular level. If something is goes wrong, there should be voice that yes, if a non-professional is being given head of the position of a library organization, we should learn how to say no to that. If a national level library association is not performing, how to ensure that it should perform. Instead of forming new association, every day I heard about that somebody has formed this association, that association. What is the logic of having so many library association? You need one strong library association, and that should be a national library association because that represent your interest. When you see, I know so many politicians and ministers, I keeps on meeting every day. But if I say something, and I definitely I communicate a lot of ideas and my views on different aspects of Indian librarianship, but there is no value to single voice. It is always collective voice is more important, and voice from a national library association is more important. If a national library association says that no, this should be, and then people around entire country, if they are fighting along with that national library association, if something goes wrong, like I've seen in many universities and institutions, there is a kind of road shows, protest on different aspects. If salary is not enhanced or pay commission is not in, why we do not do that kind of protest when librarianship is hurted? When there is a discrepancies, there are issues in our community. So I think because when Ranganathan was alive, good thing was that he was having national heroes character, and whatever he was saying, everybody was listening him. He was heard by everybody, politicians, bureaucrat, or national leaders, and he was part of the national freedom movement. Also, he was in very close contact with a lot of freedom fighters, and he attended some of the National Congress meetings before freedom. So he was well connected with political leadership, the government, and also he was the single-handed, or he was a single is a one-man army, and he was well respected. So nobody, although there was people at that time also who were having difference of opinion. Give you an example: when Delhi Public Library was formed, Dr. D.R. Kalia, he was the I think director of DPL, first or second, I don't know, but DPL decided to implement division classification instead of colon classification scheme. Although Ranganathan was fighting to implement colon classification scheme in Indian libraries, it was not because he did it, because he felt that colon classification is a better scheme than DVD scheme classification. So there was a difference of opinion, and difference of opinions are fine. You may differ from me on issues, but you cannot consider my enemy. If I have not selected a particular person as a librarian, he should not consider me enemy because he was not selected. Somebody else has been selected. He was better than you. You should understand and believe that that person was better than you. Why don't you learn to respect the democratic decision making? Why don't you learn to respect and revive the democratic institutions? We have to understand, and I'm addressing to the young generation of librarians. I see a lot of young librarians. Please First, change your mind that everything is wrong and everything you're like if you don't get a job in 1 month, I waited for a year to get my first job. So this is not something that you got the job immediately. So every profession has some good things, some bad things, some. So I have few suggestions to overcome on this issue. I don't know. These are my personal opinions. You may dislike or you may disagree to that. My first suggestion is that first you should respect yourself as a librarian. You should be proud of being a librarian. Don't look for various kind of other terminologies and uh, don't hesitate because many people feel with different nomenclature. That doesn't make difference. Your job is basically of a librarian. So proud to be a librarian. Second thing is that I think this is my personal request to all senior librarians because they all, whenever they go for a selection committee or for some kind of, they always look Ranganathan in everybody. So first they should ask a questions to themselves. Were they Ranganathan when they were given opportunity? Were they equivalent to Ranganathan or any great when they were given opportunity? If they have not been given that opportunity, they may not be in a position to sit on the selection seat. So look for best out of that person. Don't compare it and select and don't think the person is young or what is the age or which reason, which religion, and be on merit. Because if you select a meritorious student or meritorious candidate, your profession will be better. Next thing, library science schools. Big job for all of you. See, entire education system is being changed. We have a new education policy. Your 1 year BLIV and 1 year MLIV or 2 year integrated MLIV is not sufficient. What you need a good structured program, combination of good indexing, abstracting, good technology, good learning science component. You have to really design according to the requirement. You should produce the kind of the teachers, kind of students which are required or which are employable. Just don't restrict to your teachers in the department only. Go to the practitioners, the librarians. Ranganathan always say that librarians and library science teachers should interchange their jobs. It was because that for a teacher it is important to understand the practicality of the library science. So I think this is a big job for library science school to understand the current needs of the libraries and librarians, and accordingly a big changes are required. Just adding some IT component is not enough. We need good communication skills. We need good interpersonal skills. We need good business and analytical skills. We also need to have how to enhance the learning. And when we are talking about, because when we are, and we should have a specialized course. We should, like in MBA, there is a specialization, finance, marketing, or uh, I think we should have a specialization. School libraries or university libraries, college library, university libraries can be one. So we can divide into primary education and higher education, and similarly research libraries, medical libraries, or public libraries. So the specialization MBA in marketing can work in any area because that is employability is possible. But if he is specialized in marketing company or that particular library will give upper hand or advantage to that. So I think there is a big thought process is required, big work is required on part of library sciences school to renovate, redesign your courses, and also to have a partnership with industry, with the libraries, and even person with from other fields. Not necessarily a library science person is teaching in your. There are subject areas where some other. Suppose you are talking about SPSS software or R software in data analytics. You should talk about research data management. Then you should invite somebody who is familiar with that, well conversant with that tools and technology. Now, another important thing, please bridge that divide. The first divide, which I see that many times library science teachers and librarians feel that they are not also not comparing each other at par. There is a different kind of thing. Now, next important thing is to revive your national character of your Indian Library Association. Force the people who are running it to make it a real voice of this country. You are a member. You have right to ask questions. You have right to ask them that why you are not doing it, why you are not raising these issues. And I think people are more responsible than just one office bearers of any association. Similarly, I'm talking about ISLIC. I'm talking about any other strong national or regional level association. But the most important thing is the National Level Library Association. You also need to have a voice representation to the government. National library policy is very important. We should fight for it. We should also fight for various kind of laws and acts, particularly Books and Delivery Act, which now there is a legal deposit act in many countries. So we should fight for that, and we should ask to have those kind of legal deposit act according to the new. And our institutions which are losing importance, National Library or Raja Ramali Foundation or National INSDOC or DECIDOC, National Medical Library, how to revive the basic objective and purpose of these institutions. See, we have to, and this is also a responsibility of library association to rethink and redesign strategies. That definitely there is Library of Congress is one of the largest library of the world, and it is so popular in every national library I visit in the various country is playing a concrete role in the education system of a country. So why? So those national level institution, it may be DRTC, it may be INSDOC, or whatever has been, at least whatever has been created, we should sustain them. We should not allow them to die. Another important area which we need to work, that we have to understand that technology. See, I accept it. I was having computer science background. That helped me a lot in my career. But learn how to subject specialize in the area you are working. When I joined IGNCA, I was not able to understand the difference between tangible and intangible cultural heritage. That was a question asked, and I say I don't know. But today, if you ask me to speak on these topics, I can speak on hours in any aspect of in ideology or tangible, intangible, or natural heritage or documentary heritage. I can speak for hours. I can speak on all area of interest of IGNC, and I'm I have been involved in each and every aspect of the institution. So you have to be versatile. First, you have to learn. Reading is very important. Writing is very important, and writing with good quality. So that your lifelong learning should continue, because as a librarian, you have big challenge. You have to work in the entire universe of subject. So that is the another area that you have to develop good IT skill or good communication skill. You should not hesitate in talking to anybody. And please don't criticize your own colleague in front of others. If you criticize, if you don't respect your own colleagues, who will respect you? They feel that this person is criticizing. Don't have infighting between you within your department or within your university. Department of Library Science and University Library should work together. Ranganathan given us a great opportunity to see this librarianship. See, this is the country. I don't have any hesitation in accepting it. We were lucky to have Ranganathan, because without much efforts from our side, he is able to give us everything in the plate. Everything was readily served. Unfortunately, we not able to sustain it. Somewhere we lost the direction. We lost the kind of opportunities he created. We not able to sustain various programs and policies he prepared. But it is never too late. I'm addressing this to the young librarians. It is not too late. Learn how to come out of this kind of situation. And I'm a very optimistic person. I'm a strong believer. It can be done with your good work, your good sincerity. If you do good work in your institution, you will get good support from the other communities also. And please remember that never wait for leader like Ranganathan. Accept those who are doing good. Accept them as a leader. Give them respect and follow them. Take them along. Like identify in your reason. This is the best person. Sir, you are our leader. Please come with us. Let's meet the chief minister. Go to the governor. This is not happening. Let's talk to the vice chancellor. Let's talk to the MP. Talk to the MLA. This public library is not functioning. Let's talk to the district magistrate. I think we have to choose our leaders because without leaders there is no profession. And those who have been chosen as a leader, they should work without any self-interest. Uh, I really feel hurted because many times there is a kind of library associations opened by various individuals and institutions. They are working for their own objectives, agenda. There is no objective to promote Indian librarianship. See, Indian librarianship should be the only motto for any kind of professional activities, and learn how to devote time. You should be consider yourself. When I was just 1 year old in this profession, my dear friend, along with Dr. Subbarao, we formed a group called Ranganathan Research Circle, and I was earning 2,500 rupees per month that time. 500 rupees I was spending on the scooter petrol for conducting the meetings and uh, promoting and publicizing the group and organizing various kind of lectures and seminars and other activities. So you have to like profession and particularly those who have reached a position, it is time to give back. They should also understand that whatever position they have reached, it is because of, and whatever respect they have received, it is because of this profession. So it is time to give back to the profession. Once again, I uh, thank Central University of Tamil Nadu, Department of Library Science, Library Information Science for organizing this memorial meeting in honor of great Dr. Ranganathan. Uh, Happy Librarians Day to my all fellow colleagues. Whatever I have spoke, it is from my heart. Being a librarian, I'm sorry if anybody has feel hurted or anybody is disagree to me, but I love to speak from the heart, and I'm always whatever I say, I mean it. I always believe in it. So thank you very much, and now over to Dr. Shukla.
Thank you very much, sir. You have enlightened us about the Dr. Ranganathan's work and whatever the position of the professionalism is there and nowadays. And before going to the formal vote of thanks, I would like to invite any participants if they have some kind of query, one or two questions we can ask, and then we can go to or wind up on the program. Anyone interested to ask any question or want to share any kind of views about Ranganathan? Anyone? I think no one is coming in front. Oh, Madam Mamta Amarpur is there. Yes, madam, you can ask.
I think she need to unmute. She is on
Oh,
mute.
sorry. Sir, actually, I just want to know that I've been working in a school from last 19, 20 years, right? So how can I grow more in my own profession? Rather, I'm happy with my profession. I'm happy that I'm working there in the school. And even people also feel happy when they see me that working since long. So how can I grow more? How can I enhance my skills more to improve not only myself professionally, but to give better quality education, quality knowledge information to my students?
Thank you, Mamta ji. See, first I will tell you that there are kind of uh, wrong mindset that any type of libraries, school library or college library, there is a difference in terms of uh, stature, because a school librarian is also very important position and very respectable position, because I strongly believe that a school librarian is the person who help in inculcating reading habit among the young minds. And unfortunately, I think this is the one area which no one has done anything, because lot of
Yes.
innovation or creativity required at the, and that's why I'm proposing that we should have specialized course. If you want to be a school librarian, you should know what is storytelling, how to organize quiz, context, and or various kind of program within the school, and how to really like bring those young minds towards books, and also not just about our course books, but also connecting with them culture, talking
Yes.
them different epics, and like just few weeks before we organized a program on Subramaniam Bharati. So he was such a great person, a great poet and journalist, but many people in the country in different regions, they don't know anything about it. So I think that school is the one most important place where I think somebody, so there is enough opportunity if you want to grow in terms of professional satisfaction and be doing something great for the libraries and librarianship. School is also a wonderful place. Apart from that, I think now we are lucky we have internet. I will tell you, when I studied computer science, what I learned: Photon, COBOL, Pascal, DBase 3 plus. And these languages I never used in my life. Whatever I have learned, I learned from the internet or from books. So lifelong learning is very. So you may be in a school library, but you can be a good researcher in, and along with that, uh, you can play a very important role in enhancing the public library system in your region, because what is happening, India is very poor in terms of public library system. Uh, and my suggestion is that all kind of libraries should be declared as a public library in this country, because it may be school library, college library, public library, because the people who are not going to, the children who are not going to school, they don't have any access to the books and other things. So there are multiple ways you can professionally grow. And there are some mindset which also need to be changed, that many times when a student, a school librarian is coming for interview for the college librarian, the question is asked, no, he's having school, he's having a school library experience, we should not select as assistant librarian in university or college. I think these are the wrong mindset, because we should see the professional capacity and the caliber of the person, not the kind of organization he or she is working. But there are a number of ways. It depends upon how you want to grow yourself. You can create community libraries. You can do wonder in your community by there are so many uh, school dropouts or school those who are not going to schools. There are a number of ways we can contribute
Started.
to the society, and it
Started,
depends
sir.
upon, like, yeah. So there is enough opportunity in every librarianship, school or college or university. It is up to you how to take. and you have to see the surrounded, what is surrounded you, like what kind of work, even for teachers development. When, like I was explaining, that internet is something very, very deep and very, very, very broad, and even teachers don't know how to search on internet. They are not aware that everything is on internet is not authenticated or not a peer reviewed information. So in that context, I think even teacher training, you can see librarian is so important position in a school that he or she can be the central focus point of the entire school system. But somehow we have to understand the current roles and responsibility. That cannot be done with 9 to 5 mindset and just restricting to purchasing books and issue return of books and providing some bibliographic or reference service. That is not sufficient. I think this is something, if we have to see this profession growing, we have to come out with that mindset. Purchasing book is not a job of a librarian. Anybody can purchase it. Issuing book is not a library science degree is not required to issue return of a book. Now
Yes.
software has inbuilt capacity to issue return a book.
Yes.
Acquiring journals, and we have to show the people that we are people with subject specific knowledge domain. We are a good indexer, we are a good search domain expert. We can help you in the areas where you are lacking, not just providing books and journals only.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Anybody other? One question.
Sir, I would like to supplement Ms. Mamdaji's opinion and Sar's observation. It is exactly. See, there are people, very less people, very rare to see such kind of aptitude mind who is enjoying his or her post. She is mentioning that how I can better serve instead of looking for some other avenues. Even in this country, school library is a very rare phenomenon. Only among 1,000, maybe 2 or 3% of schools are having libraries. That too, the madam is working there and finding lot of pleasure. And really, as Professor Gaur told, enough and more scope are there. Here, I would like to mention one thing, a management theory. Long back, one shoe company sent a representative to India to find out how far we can market our products. And he had landed the country and saw our people without wearing any chappals. Immediately, he returned back to his country and told, no, there is no market in India at all because nobody is wearing any chappal. How can we promote shoes? And then that boss, he didn't convince. He sent another person. And he came to India and saw people here. And he returned back to his country and explained his boss, sir, India is a potential field. See the kind of attitude. See, the mindset is very important. The phenomena is one and the same. And really, they came here and made a lot of business, enormous success. So that is the vision in which we take. That is very important. Thank you, madam. Really, we are all appreciating your acumen in your profession.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Sapp, and you have shared all of your feelings of
Sir,
LIS
I
profession.
share one thing here.
Yeah.
What I do, I used to go to the conference, national गई, international गई, gone many places. ठीक है, बहुत librarian से मिली, बहुत group में, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. So when I see the people at the higher post and all, तो पता है मैं अपने आप को क्या boost करती हूँ? अरे ठीक है, इन सब बच्चों, इन सब librarians के भी तो बच्चे हैं ना. They also go to the school. They have their children, grandchildren. So they will not find the good librarians. So you are working there, good enough. You explore, learn, and explore your avenues. One day will be yours. So I work for that day. And I
Great.
still feel happy. I have really no grudges at all since so far. कि मुझे नहीं लगता मुझे कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी में जाना है या कुछ है. कभी जिंदगी में हुआ, इट्स ओके, हुआ तो हुआ, बहुत अच्छी बात है, वेल एंड गुड. बट यहाँ भी इफ आई फील टुडे कि आज भी मुझे लगता है कि आई नीड टू एक्सप्लोर माई सेल्फ मोर, आई नीड टू गिव मोर एंड मोर टू द स्टूडेंट्स. so that they need to be connected with their school libraries more rather. This I still feel. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. More
Thank
avenues are there in school libraries
Yes,
because
exactly.
it is a neglected area. It is a potential area.
Ha,
It is
bas.
really
Yes.
the research gap where you can do
Yes, sir.
tremendous things.
Yes. This is required only. That's it. Thank you so much.
So now I would like to request Dr. KG Sudhir to give a formal vote of thanks.
Well, good evening to all. Respected our guest of honor and my colleagues in the department and dear participants of this national webinar on the eve of the 129th Jayanti of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan and the National Librarians Day. Professor Gaur has talked about Indian librarianship after Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, and he talked well about Dr. Ranganathan as well as what is librarianship after Dr. Ranganathan. And according to him, that he is, even though he is a little bit disappointed, but he is optimistic that Dr. Ranganathan's vision and his teachings, everything will be followed, especially in our country. But why I said it is a disappointing kind of thing is that whenever he has been working in University of Madras, then BHU, then University of Delhi, of course, DRTC Bangalore. But we know that what at least his followers, I must say, what they have done after his he left us say 50 years back, and we know that what is we cannot even review that column classification or classified catalog code. And I used to say share my thoughts with whenever I am with my students whenever I am in class, that whatever he has contributed in our field in a list domain, that whenever we make our curriculum or syllabus, you can see that how Dr. Ranganathan has contributed in our field. Okay, in all field, not only in classification, cataloging, but documentation or IT, even librometry, everything, even IT field also. His contributions is enormous. So Dr. Gaur, Professor Gaur has talked much about what is this after Dr. Ranganathan and what we can do and what will be our profession. So we have already crossed 1 hour, and straight away my role is to say a formal vote of thanks to all of those who are presented in our this national program. And I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest for giving us for his wonderful words of inspiration. And Professor Ramesh Chandra Gaur, presently he is the Dean Academics and as well as Head Kaladanti Division, Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, New Delhi. And we know him very well, everyone, through his activities as a library professional as well as an academician in our field. And we are all, sir, we are all proud of you and how you actively been involved in the activities of this profession in our region as well as in international forums also. And I'm sure your words have already ignited us, especially the younger minds, especially for our students and scholars and also those other professionals, those who have joined our program. And Dr. Shukla initially said that you have readily accepted our invitation because this program is being organized by the Central University of Tamil Nadu and is the home state of Dr. Ranganathan. And one more thing I want to share with you, sir, that not only the home state, you know, Shiali, the Shiali Ramamurtha Ranganathan. Shiali is the place in Tiruvarur district where our university and department is situated. So that is also there. So we are proud and as we're privileged that our department as well as the university itself is in the hometown of Dr. Ranganathan. That also it is important I want to mention here. And next, my colleagues in the department, Professor S. Ravi, Dean, School of Communication, and actually he started this function by introducing the importance, the contributions of Dr. Ranganathan, as well as our chief guest introduced to him, and Dr. Akhanda Shukla, the head of the department of our department. He has taken this initiative and made this function as a grand success. And also my colleagues, Dr. Tadi Murali and Dr. Anila Sulochana and Dr. V.K. Thanistri, and our research scholars in the department, as well as our dear students, postgraduate students, and all other participants, those who have joined from different parts of the country. More than 50 plus participants have joined this program, and I hope that it's a very good success. And we know that this is maybe, as Dr. Shukla has mentioned, Professor Gauss' second or third program today itself. Maybe, I don't know, after this program you have any other assignment, I don't know. And we are, as personally, I must say that I am also following your social media, and I am also seeing all your programs and your activities. And thank you so much, sir, once again. And thank you all for your participation. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm glad to know that it is in the very near to